Sarah Marrinan, Keller Williams,
Tim Erickson, Leader 1.
Financial, because we're going to talk money. So Tim, question of the day, what do you need to get pre-approved for a mortgage?
Great question, Sarah, and one that comes up a lot. But we always like to start with people's goals and going through some sort of questionnaire. But then at the end of the day, you do need documentation. I don't care what kind of mortgage company you're going to or not. You need documentation. The standard is 30 days of pay stubs, last 2 years of tax returns and W-2s. And then bank statements for the last 60 days. You're going to have an ID, picture, stuff like that. If you own a business, you're going to have 2 years of your tax returns for business, K-1s that go along with that, or if you're Schedule C, that's going to be on your regular tax returns.
Child support,
you're going to have a divorce decree,
yep.
Or you're going to have a court order, and then you're going to have to show receipt of those funds for a certain number of months. There is all sorts of documentation we need to get. Bankruptcy documentation needs to get had for discharge, and then the full bankruptcy to see what's included in that.
Short sale, if you've had a short sale or foreclosure. And these are government regulations. Tim didn't make this stuff up.
We would love if we didn't have to get them, believe me. But at the same point, we're here to be a solution for people, and it truly is a team effort. And so people need to be ready and willing to be able to get paperwork over as soon as they can, so that we or other lenders can do their job to make sure that you're in the best position, and that not at the end of the day you go out and you get a house and you say, I guess that paperwork that you said you had and it said this, it didn't say that, and now you can't get the loan.
Right.
And now we've wasted a lot of time for yourself and for everyone else.
Yep. Well, and that kind of goes back to, if you want to make an offer on a house, you need a pre-approval letter. And if you're falling in love with a house today, but you haven't gotten together all that paperwork, in this hot 2018 market, you're probably not going to get the house.
It's true. Yeah, especially if your competition's already doing it. And you're going to have to do it down the road anyway. I always tell people it's probably worse than doing your taxes, but kudos for doing it, because you really can stand out and it helps to get a place, which is the bottom line.
And more agents representing sellers now are calling the buyer's lender. So if you're using an online lender, you may just not win because they can't get a hold of them. So when they call the lender, they're asking, have you looked at the paperwork? Have you run their credit? They want to make sure that you're good for what you say you're good for with buying the house. And if you haven't provided that to your lender, then your lender's going to be on the other end of the phone saying, I don't want to lose my reputation, and I don't want to lose my licensure to originate. I'm saying no, and you're losing. And
it's the bottom line. Yeah. So get your stuff in. You're going to have to do it at some point. Don't take somebody's word for it that how much do you make, and then you think you're good, because I've seen it happen, and it ends in heartache.
Right. And ratios, just to give people an overview, a big thing that they're looking for is your debt to income ratio.
Huge thing, yeah. Credit score's big, but gross monthly income, so before your taxes, and then all your monthly expenses have, general rules, 45% or less of that number. There is some leeway in there, but try to stay under 45% if you can. But ultimately, it starts with what you want to pay each month, and then you kind of work into a plan from there, so that we're not out looking at homes we can't afford.
So Tim has a lot of options for minimum down payments and closing cost assistance and things for people who are just trying to get into the market. Tim, where should they reach you at?
952-451-2273 is my phone, and then also TimEricksonMortgage.com. You can also apply there. But yeah, all that stuff's great. All sorts of programs, and love to help.
And Tim's a mortgage planner. It's a special certification that he has, so he's really good at helping you through the ins and outs of all these rules and laws, and ultimately getting you into a comfortable payment.
Absolutely, that's important. We're not just out saying this is what you have to do. We want to make it a plan around what people are trying to do.
You're not selling.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's all I.
Right. That's the point. Is we're here to help you get into a house you can love in a comfortable payment. We're not here to sell you something. I know a lot of people out there are selling. So
absolutely, we're here to be a solution. So appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, Tim.
Thank you.
Casual Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone.